What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing great. Curtis, what's going on? How's everybody doing? Sorry for yesterday. Vic, what's going on, bro? Moving them wheels, trying to. Jeffrey, blessings. Howard, what's up, man? Man, yesterday I do want to apologize first of all. Oh my God, man! Y'all should see all these bugs that are already in here. Maybe y'all can see. I need to roll up. Hold on, let me close the window real quick. Golly, the mosquitoes. I don't know if y'all can see them flying around up here. Dang, I didn't know there was that many mosquitoes in here already. Jeez. Yeah, sorry about yesterday, guys. My phone that I used for this died. Basically, it died. So I was in the middle of a story. I don't even remember what it was. I think I was up in the mountains somewhere. And my Jake break something. But yeah, I do want to apologize to you guys now that I finally pulled the brakes. Just stopped. I am in Mobile, Alabama. And I love stopping at this little spot right here. I'm actually, if y'all could see, but y'all can't because it's too dark. There's, well, let me see if I can get y'all off of here real quick and I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. So, you're not going to be able to see that way. Let me turn the camera around. Yeah, you're not going to see nothing. That way is the ocean, basically. There's I-10 right there. Running all through right there, and of course that goes towards the tunnel down there, and that's where I like stopping in this spot. It's a wide spot. There's plenty of room here to park. It's a couple trucks already here, but when I come through here, I just like stopping here. I like to get here right before it gets I like to stop here right before it gets dark, right at sunset, because it's pretty cool. It's a real nice spot. I'm pretty sure y'all been through here 1,001,000 times, those of you that drive trucks. But yeah, I've always liked stopping here. So yeah, One Bar Wonder. Casi potero, aquí nomás, fíjate, aquí nomás. Ya empecé mi descanso de la noche y acabo de llegar aquí a Mobile, Alabama, y aquí estamos. Ya relaxing y hacer un poquito live con ustedes y a ver cómo están por donde andan, sus rumbos por ahí. But yeah, I just wanted to apologize for yesterday, and had a pretty good day today, guys. I had a really pretty decent day. I didn't put in a heck of a lot of miles. I think I put in about 550, maybe, something like that. Just didn't I'm not in a huge rush to get back, but this is like a cool sweet spot, and I just decided to stop here. But yeah, it's been a pretty good day. I didn't see much of anything, which is sometimes good that we don't see much of anything, because that means that everything's running smooth. Got my ISO taken off early this morning. Well, not that early. It was like 10 a.m. That was my appointment time. They took my ISO off, and then I'm just like a flatbed going back, just with the chassis itself, going back to Houston. And then when I get to Houston, I'm going to pick up I'm going to do the exact same load again. So I'm going to pick up an empty, take it up to Greenville, get it loaded, take it down to Savannah, get it plucked off, and then back again. So thankful that we're able to do this right now. One Bar Wonder, Paisano. That's what's up, man. What's your name? What's your real name, if you don't mind? You just got a Peterbilt 379. Not too long ago. That's what's up. Congrats, man. Congrats. That's I love my truck. Orlando. Okay, Orlando. There we go. Now I know your name. You know my name. Paisanos, that's what's up, man. I'm ready to go back to El Salvador. Um, I don't know if you know, but I just got back. We went in, when did we go? June. We went in June. And I'm ready to go back again, man. It was amazing. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. I would appreciate you guys if you could hit that like button so we can get out there, talk to more of you guys. Um, Jason, thank you so much. Thank you so much for recognizing what us truck drivers do for this country. And thank you for commenting. I really do appreciate that. I really do appreciate reading stuff like that because, you know, us as drivers, we get a lot of waves. Not the kind we want. The waves of the liking of, you know, just one finger sticking up at us sometimes. We don't get a lot of people that like tell us that we're thank you for moving our country and all this other stuff. But thank you for letting me know that. Vic, yeah, man, I love making those videos. Um, and just it was so fun. The country has changed so much, man, like drastically from being like the murder capital, or sorry, I didn't mean to use that word, to being the unaliving capital of, you know, YouTube stuff, of the world at one point in time, and now it's like minimal. Um, like it was like it felt super safe outside in the middle of the night in downtown San Salvador and just walking around like nothing and nobody messing with you. So I'm very, very happy that finally we caught a break in our country, you know, turned around. But yeah, there you go, Jason. We got the seasoned driver also thanking you for thanking us. So that's cool. The community, you know, is able to you guys are able to talk to each other on here also, and you know, spread the love. Your parents are from La Union. Um, I had never. So on this trip, I went to La Union. Um, yeah, Bukele has changed it, man, for better, for sure. Um, take them, man. Take them. You got gringos wanting to go. Take them, man. Take them. I would like to do. I would like for to set up something like that with you guys from the channel. You know, like 3 or 4. You know, you guys and gals could. We all get together, and I could I could set up like everywhere we're gonna stay, and we'll go for a week and just rent a car or a minivan, and go check out the sites, man. Especially for those of you that never been. That would be pretty damn cool. What's up, Prima? What you been up to? Um, so yeah, it's changed a lot. It's I'm proud. I'm proud of what's happened. So yeah, but that's something I would love to do. What you say, Prima? You're all cold. You're sick. I got a cold. Oh man. Oh, man, that sucks. Yeah, having a cold sucks. Big time. Ugh. What was this? See, how many pupusas did I eat? You know what? I'm gonna put it out there. Yo soy salvadoreño, 100%. I have a tattoo of it, you know, right there. I have a couple of them actually. I have that one too. It's 100%, right? Um, but I guess because I eat so many pupusas at home, mom makes pupusas all the time. So I've gotten to the point where I really don't eat that many, especially like going to El Salvador. I did in Los Planes, which is a place in San Salvador. I ate some pupusas there, and they were amazing to die for. They were awesome. But I didn't eat a lot in different places. I did. Let me reiterate that I didn't eat a lot of pupusas. I ate a lot of everything else. My big thing is mariscos. I ate a lot of mariscos. Um, Seafood. So those of you who don't know mariscos, I ate a lot of seafood, cocktail de conchas, a lot of fruits, um, and just different stuff. But going back to we're talking about La Union. So those of you that don't know much about how El Salvador is set up, um, the biggest part of the war in El Salvador back in the days when there was a civil war, most of it took place in La Union. Well, that was like the worst part of it was over there. A lot of people, we lost a lot of people over in that area, and it was basically the military against like farmers and all that stuff. So La Union, there's a lot of people here in the United States that came from El Salvador during those days that are from La Union, and it's very rare to get people that are from my area over towards Santa Ana, which is I don't know, the way El Salvador is kind of on the map, I guess would be like the northwestern, because it's kind of like that, kind of like north to east. I mean north to south. But anyways, so I didn't know that part. I didn't know La Union. So my goal this time that I went down there was I rented two places in La Union, and my goal was to go explore La Union. And I was able to go to the Civil War Museum in Perkin, which is one of the videos. I mean, which I don't know. Oh, I didn't make a video on that, did I? I think I made a short on that. And then from there, we drove all the way down, straight down to the coast, to El Cuco, and we were there for a couple of days. So that was my goal. My goal was to, because I mean, if you guys don't know my story, I was born in El Salvador, but I was brought here when I was 3. I'm 44 years old now. So I've been here 41 years. That's why I've always been kind of considered myself from here, because this is really all I knew. But with being proud of my roots, I'm always proud of my roots, and I teach that to my kids, to always be proud of your roots. No matter where you're from, you should always be proud of your roots. So my goal was to go visit that area that I knew nothing about, and my whole family and my kids, we all enjoyed it. So it was cool. ¿Qué te has perdido? No, nada. Nada. Nomás acabamos de empezar. We just started a little bit ago. Kind of just talking about my trip to El Salvador, and how many pupusas did I eat, and just that kind of stuff. Oh, and we have I'm terrible with names, guys, so please don't get upset about that, but I'm terrible with names. So we have Jason that just thanked us truck drivers for moving the country. So thanks to Jason. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Just here chilling here in Mobile, Alabama, and decided to stop here in my day. I still had like 2 hours left to drive, but I was like, no, I'm good. I've already put in some miles, and I'm good. So let me take a drink of this urine in a gallon. If y'all want to know what this is what I'm drinking is basically this bark right here. Se llama, it's called in Spanish, I don't know what it's called in English, but it's called somebody's in a rush. It's called Palo Azul. And it's good for to keep your kidneys hydrated. It's good for a lot of your organs, mainly for your kidneys. Us truck drivers that just sit here day in, day out, driving all day, a lot of our kidneys get damaged, and drinking this kind of helps out. So that's why it looks like that. Oh, you live in Birmingham? Really? Oh, but you used to live, where did you used to live? Was it more north, wasn't it? where you used to live, knowing? Because I haven't done a live in a long time. I kind of slipped my mind, but I know you lived somewhere else for a little while. Oh, Cali, Cali. That's right. That's right. And then you moved to Kansas. Man, you just bounce around the whole country, huh? And I got to Texas. I never left Texas, man. Let's say, Alex, you like Alabama, but some drivers can be rude. Um, Atlanta, Georgia. Those are some a-holes over there. Oh, okay, okay. You got you a girl over there. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Cool. So for now, you're gonna stay in Alabama. Okay. Maybe you take her somewhere else with you. Mm, back to Cali, man. But yeah. So y'all should even if you don't drive trucks, man, y'all should think about looking for this route. They sell it at well, in Spanish it's called yerberias. Um I guess where they sell, what would you call it in English? Um well, they sell a lot of herbs and stuff, teas and stuff like that, and they sell this, and it turns the water. Y'all saw it, those of you that were here yesterday. Y'all saw that I put that in here yesterday, and it turned the water into this like urine looking color. And I only put a couple of pieces of this, so it's good for y'all's kidneys. Y'all should try it out. A nutritionist shop. Is that what it's called? Maybe, I don't know. The Botanicas sell them. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places you can get this stuff. So you're gonna go to Cali only to visit, huh? There's a fellow Californian right here. Miss Lily is a fellow Californian. She's from that's my cousin. She lives in the Bay Area. So yeah. Uh, Blue Stick Wood. There you go. I think that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. Find it on Google, and then you just look it up and you buy some. It's I think I paid like $8 for a little small bag, but it goes a long way. You can cut this up in a couple of pieces, and you can make a whole gallon with one of these. So, with two of these, actually. I mean, one of these, half of this can make a whole gallon. Dang, my mind. But it really doesn't have a flavor, so that's what's cool about it. It doesn't really have any type of just tastes like water, and but it's good for you, so that's always good. Oh, it goes by kidney wood. There you go. So there you go, guys. Kidney wood or blue stick wood or woody woodpecker. You miss Texas, but only with the nice weather. Yeah, it's a little on the hot side right now. Nah, I wouldn't rather live in California. I wouldn't rather live in the Bay Area than Texas. Everything over here is way cheaper, from cars, car registration, taxes, um, food, rent. There's like so many reasons why um, it doesn't make sense to live over there. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love California. A lot of people don't like it, but I love California. I love the weather, the amount of different type of cultures that live there. So you get all the amazing food. Like I like all that, but I wouldn't. Not enough to move over there. All right. What did I miss? Let's see. Mark, how do we think the Texans will do this year? Man, I don't know. My son, though, my son probably knows way more than I do. He's 9 years old. He keeps up with that. I kind of just quit keeping up with it for a while because yeah, we haven't, our track record hadn't been that great. But I guess never lose hope, right? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there, man. Ellie, fatty. What are you trying to say? What you trying to say, man? Or ma'am? Or ma'am? Man? Ma'am? What you trying to say? Yeah, I know I'm fat. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean it's just the thing, man. You can do a whole lot more with less. Um, it's beautiful over there, but it just doesn't make sense, personally. Finished in so you did a load LTL. Texas started in Dallas, San Antonio, finished in McAllen. I used to live right there, McAllen. Well, I lived in a little town called San Juan, which that's basically all just like one big town. They're all stuck together. But like a few miles, I lived a few miles from McAllen for 7 years. I lived there. Yeah, so you lived in Cali for a while, man. First 26 years of your life. Yeah, you've been there. You were there for a while. I have a lot of family over there. On my dad's side, I have a lot of family from over there. Yeah, but you know what, Lily? No matter what you say, you were born in Texas and you're from Texas. So say what you want to say. You still a Texan. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's like me. I can say I'm American, but say what I say. I was born in El Salvador, so I'm Salvadoreño. It just is what it is. There's nothing you can do to change that. Even though you want to change it, you can't change it. Is it always hot in McAllen? Bruh. Yeah. It seems like it is. No, it can get cold. We when I lived down there, we had some really really cold fronts. We actually had an ice storm. I think. Well, now when we were down there, um, it can get really cold. The thing is that there's no trees, and there not being any trees, like when the wind comes, man, if it's hot air, it's gonna be hot air. Like if you're in a dang blow dryer, man. But if it's when it's winter, it gets cold too. It's got its, you know, but yeah, for the most part, it's dry. It's hot. It can be windy. Um, it's okay. It's okay to live down there because of the culture, somewhat, because almost everybody is Hispanic, and even everybody else, has learns to speak Spanish down there because everybody speaks Spanish. You go to Walmart, McDonald's, everywhere you go, everybody speaks Spanish. So you have to, if you move down there as a Caucasian or as a black person or any other nationality or color or the rainbow, whatever. If you move down there, you kind of have to learn the language. It just is what it is, whether you like it or not. Come on, man. Don't need no phone calls right now. I'll call you later, Mr. Carlitos. Um, yeah. That's just. I mean, yeah, no. I mean, you're from California. You're from California, and that is where you're from. Can't hide the culture. But yeah, man, it does. How can I explain the valley, man? The valley, it's called the Valley, McAllen. That whole area is called the Valley. It is a very intertwined culture in the sense that if you're not from down there, if you're not from there, you're not going to get a good job. Um, they're just not, because it's either family, friends. Um, that's it. That's who's going to get the jobs. If you come from somewhere else and you come to South Texas and you think that you're just going to not know nobody and you're going to go get the best job, you got something else coming. It's just not going to happen. So I didn't like that part of the culture down there. Um, but other than that, like, the food is good because I mean it's basically mostly Mexican influence, because there's a lot of, because right next to Mexico's by the border. They're starting to put some Salvadorian restaurants because there's a lot of Salvadorians that are kind of just staying there. I have two cousins and a nephew, well, three cousins, I guess, that live down there in the valley, and they're from, of course, they're from El Salvador. So, but yeah, so when I moved down there in 2002-ish, 3-ish, something like that, I was driving for a company, right, but from like the Houston area, you could say, from the town I live in, actually now, Willis. And back then I was making 34 cents a mile, which was pretty good pay for back then. And then when I moved to South Texas, I went from 34 cents a mile to 23 cents a mile. I mean, I went way backwards, and it seemed like I would work harder and make a lot less money at the end of the day. That's another problem about living by the border, is that a lot of the labor is a lot cheaper. We had nice trucks. I mean, we had the best trucks, I think, down there. I worked for USA Carriers, not USA, no, USA Logistics. What is it? USA Logistic Carriers Logistics. But anyways, it's not the company USA Trucks. That's USA Trucks is a way bigger company. But the company that I worked for down there, that USA company, they bought nothing but 379s. They had 389s, 379s, 389s, and they all had cat engines. They were all like just super nice trucks. So like a lot of the money was going to all that stuff, but they weren't paying the drivers anything. And then something you always had to think about as a border driver is if somebody stashed something, either people or drugs or something, in your trailer, and then you could make it to the checkpoint. I was always kind of, every time I went to the checkpoint, I was always kind of in a way scared because I didn't know what was in the trailer. It was sealed, and sometimes when I found a trailer at our yard that was not sealed, I wouldn't take the load because I didn't know what was put in there or anything like that. Then you show up to the checkpoint, to the border, to the checkpoint, and you show up there with a broken seal. Guess who they're going to blame for whatever is in that trailer? You, the driver. That's who they're going to blame. So being a driver from down there was challenging was challenging at some points. And another problem that you would have as a South Texas driver is every DOT officer knew where McAllen was, and you had it on the side of your door, right? So I've gotten pulled over. Before I moved to the valley, I had never gotten pulled over for drugs. I've always drove a Texas truck, had Texas on the side, but it was the Houston area. Then I moved down there and I got checked. I would get drug checked and money checked all the time. Kansas, Illinois, Texas, just all the time I would be getting pulled over to get checked for drugs and money and people and whatever. And as soon as I moved out of South Texas and I started working for another company from Texas, I never would get stopped again for that reason. I got stopped to get the inspections, but I never would get stopped for drugs or to be drug checked. And I've never been stopped for drug checking ever since I left South Texas. So a lot of stuff changed, you know what I mean? So that's why I prefer working from up here, to tell you the truth. Let's see, where are we at? Avino. Yeah, they'd always put me in secondary, line me up, and then they throw the scanner over the X-ray over. You know what I mean? So, uh, what do you mean? Money check? Uh, if you're asking like, why would they pull you over that check for money? So if you're coming south from Illinois or from anywhere up north, if you're coming south, you would get pulled over to, and they would check you to see if you were bringing the money back to Mexico. I guess the because you're going up with things you're not supposed to, and you're picking up money to bring back south, right? Money or the little pew pews, you know what I mean? And those are the things that they would look for on the way up. They would look for um, things you weren't supposed to have, people, and on the way back, it was money and other stuff. So they and then the cops knew. The cops knew. And our company actually, I think our company actually got caught up. I think the owners were involved in some major shady stuff. Um, and I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that our company was owned by, our cartel. It was a laundering business for the cartel from Mexico, because it was just too much. We were doing too much fancy stuff. We were driving too many fancy things. We had a really fancy new building. We had a lot of stuff that was brand new trailers, brand new everything. And we were just hauling, normal freight, Sony. Um, we were doing Kohler, like toilets and stuff like that. We weren't doing any specialty type stuff to be justify the equipment that we drove. And then the CEO of the company would show up like in a Lambo one day, back when the Hummers were in style, the first Hummer. He'd show up with a lifted Hummer with wheels on it. I mean, there was a Mercedes in the back that was brand new that his son totaled, um, that was just sitting back there because, I don't know why. So there was a lot of stuff going on at that company that was really shady. And I think it caught up to him. And I think the owner of the company ended up getting locked up for a while. And now I think he started a new company. So, or not the owner, but the CEO. So, yeah. Yeah, man, dude, all of our trucks, every single one of them were 379s. And then at that, towards the end, that's when the 389 started coming out. And no, actually, there were three. Yeah, yeah. They then started getting the 389s, but they were all cat engines. They were all like badass trucks, man. And I was able to drive a new one. So, yep. That's right, man. We're owner operators. But yeah, I worked. So when I lived in South, I worked for USA Trucking Logistics, and I worked for a company. I then got my first truck. That's when I got my first truck, and it was a Freightliner Columbia with a red top Cummins engine. Good engine, but it had its issues. But I was leased on to a piece of junk person, and he was stealing money from me. I didn't know about the business or anything that much, and he was just yeah, raping me pretty much money wise. And then after that, I worked for a company that was owned by a police officer. Weird enough, right? A cop owned a trucking company, and he had nothing but nice equipment. I don't think he was doing anything illegal, but I mean, from South Texas, you never know. And that company, they had really good equipment at that company. That's where I drove my first Volvo. and that's where I fell in love with the Volvo. The setup on the inside. I never liked the way they look on the outside, but the way that Volvos are set up on the inside, the way they drive and the sound deadening. I mean, it's like driving a car, man. Absolutely love them. Okay, that's what's up. So you started with a classic, huh? Hell yeah, you started with a cool truck from the get go. That's a classic. The Freightliner Classic it's a good looking truck, man. It's been always one of my favorites. I've always liked these long nose, square nose trucks. Um, I started my first, let's see, the first semi I ever drove. If y'all have time, I'll tell y'all this story. First semi I ever drove was a Freightliner FLD. It was an ex Penske truck, I think. That's the first semi I drove. Not the first legally semi I drove because I didn't have a Class A at the time when I drove that truck, and I was hauling gravel. But the first where I actually got my Class A was an International Eagle, the big square one, that big bulky one, that the International Eagle, and you don't see those that much anymore. That's what I drove, and that truck still had leaf suspensions. I remember that because you'd get a cup of coffee and you drive a few miles down the road and all the coffee would be outside of the cup. That's how rough that truck was. But it had a Caterpillar as well. So going back to where I got my first semi truck driving experience, or my first experience as driving a semi. So I had moved down to South Texas, and I only had a Class B at the time. This was before. I only had a Class B because I moved down there like 3 different times, I think. I only had a Class B, so I was driving a dump truck for a family member, my wife. And let's see. Martin, I'm not understand what you're saying there. Everbliss. Hello. Gavino. Oh, it's 9900 I International. Is that what you started with? But anyways, so I was driving this, and actually that was International. I was driving this dump truck that the brakes, I don't know what was wrong with the brakes. I got very close to having a major accident. I hit the brakes. I was loaded with gravel. I hit the brakes, and the brake pedal went straight to the floor. And by the graces of God, that thing stopped. And I took it back to the shop. I unloaded, took it back to the shop, and I told him, I said, "Hey, I will not drive this truck anymore." So the guy told me that owned that truck. He told me, he said, "Okay, well, you still want to work?" I said, "Well, yeah, I still want to work. I need a job." He's like, "Okay, well, there's that semi over there. Drive that." It was a belly dump. And I said, "What, dude? How am I going to drive that truck if I don't even have a Class A CDL? I only got a B." And he's like, "You want to work or not?" I mean, I needed a job. So he handed me the keys and he's like, "Go drive it. Go to the fields down the road. Go drive it. See how it feels. Get kind of familiar with it. Tomorrow you're going out in it." So that's what I did. The next day, I went and tried to practice. I tried backing up. Just wasn't working for me. I got back, got up the next day, went and did my first few loads. I was the most crooked parked truck out there at the gravel pit because everybody when you got there, you had to line up all next to each other, and everybody was perfectly lined up, and I was like all jackknifed and stuff. But that's where I started learning how to drive a semi. It was the raggediest FLD you can think of. The trailer was raggedy, but it had brakes, had AC, and it would run. So those are the main 3 things that are important for me as a truck driver. Make sure it runs, it stops, and it has air conditioning. Right now I have it off, so that's why I'm sweating, but I'm about to turn it on. I don't have it on because of the sound coming through the phone anyway. That's what that's what that's my story of how I really my first experience of driving a truck. So it was cool. Everbless, hiya, hiya, daddy. Why you call me daddy? Why you call me daddy, man? School of Hard Knocks for real. That's what it was, man. That's what it was. It was a school of hard knocks. The only schooling I had as far as driving was when I got my Class B. The local ISD. I started as a school bus driver, and the local ISD trained me to drive a school bus, and I got my Class B that way. Excuse me. But other than that, all my other driving a semi experience has been by myself, starting with that gravel truck, and then when I started to try to work to get my Class A, was just a friend letting me ride along with him. I got a job with him, but it was just a friend helping me out, and that's how I got it. I never had the schooling of learning how to back up. I had to learn all that stuff pretty much on my own. Not that I'm saying I'm a badass or anything. I mean, but that's just the way I had to learn. RY4, do you know a Mike Hellis? Mike, or I'm pretty sure you tried to say Mike. No, I don't think. Where is he from? Like, what yard is he out of? Is he a Hennef driver or what? But I don't know. I really don't know a lot of people here, to tell you the truth. There's only very few people that I actually really talk to. But and they're all like old school drivers. But no, I don't think I know him. Not that I recall. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna get off here already. It's been great having a conversation with you guys. Always great catching up with you, all my ride or dies that have been with me. Stay tuned on shorts. Shorts is what's happening right now, so that's why I've been making more shorts. I do have a couple of full videos that are in the can that are pretty much done filming. I just got to put them together. One is a new thing that I added to my truck, and the other one is about the logging industry. And that's what I got going on right now. You can follow me on TikTok at Jorge, Jorge Navarro, a trucker's life. Let me make sure. I don't even know what my name is on TikTok. It's sad. Yeah, just Jorge Navarro Jr. Jorge, a trucker's life 78. Go check out my TikTok. Over there, it's basically just a bunch of silly stuff. Some stuff that I'm doing over there is also like watching the and that's it. That's all I got going on right now, guys. Well, I got a lot of stuff going on, but those are the things that pertain to here, our family. So be safe on what you do. Stay good, stay happy, try to find happiness, try to do your thing, and that's all we can do. We can only move forward, and that's it. Mark, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You as well. Be safe. Stay, just stay centered on the focused on the goal, man. Focus on the goal. But yeah, if y'all want to go check out my TikTok, actually, I'll show y'all right now. That's let's see, that's my TikTok right there. That's probably backwards, huh? Probably backwards. But anyways, that's my TikTok. If y'all want to go check that out. But that's it. That's all we got going on. Always love having a conversation with you guys. I wish there was a way to have more one-to-one conversation. Adrian, take your messed up toe to sleep. Put to sleep. Man, my boy here, AJ. I'm gonna tell you a story, man. My boy AJ here dropped a Coke bottle on his toe. He's a truck driver. This guy right here is an actual ice road driver. There's a video I made of that. He actually took over the channel for a day. Go check out that video. That's a pretty good video. So he took it over for a day, and he was able to show us like how he his whole trucking thing that he does at the real ice truck road, and pretty interesting. But I'm giving him a hard time right now because a Coke bottle took him out of commission for over a couple of weeks now because it's messed up his toe. But real talk, I hope you feel better, bro. I hope you feel better, man. That's real talk. But I'm gonna give you a hard time anyways. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for everybody that gave the thumbs up. Thank you for everybody that joined. It's been great. It's been amazing. Be good. Don't forget to help anybody who needs help. And stay amazing, guys. Stay amazing. See you guys on the next one. Peace.